this course, to being important, was wasteful time for the people who don't realize who you are. We will either find a way for the making one, for the source is. Still, for the year went on, for the had trouble, for the trust. But it was getting better, but when it's all over, it's time to leave, and not continue, for watering a dead flower. But I think if any song can touch the heart, then you should value it. Your mission is so busy for the love of your life that you had no time. And the spirit for the hate you said, that she really is, it would happen for you to get that. Maybe they beat the hell out of me for doing things to make you happy. You can never obtain peace in the outer world without her. It makes us complete again for you to not have an unburden for the soul for everyone. It would be enough for that. You know that you do not love and education. Make the choice of love. Bring yourself up. You beat the love and people that beat you. You're so brave enough to be quiet and not forget what you're saying. I love myself. Humble to the proud, but I'm not arrogant either. Soft for the concept, but to find a piece of the people sharing with you. You honestly be pressed into the butterflies, but you can't see the wings for the rest of the world, can you? You honestly be pressed into the butterflies, but you can't see the wings for the rest of the world, can you? Or leaning on history for the vivid line to be content with this is not manipulation, but you for thinking something is finding yourself perish for the deviating of the what you can never recall to details of reminding yourself doing the work with this is what will be carefully then divided if you had the values of the You might as well be pressed into the butterflies, but you can't see the wings for the rest of the world, can you? Or leaning on history for the vivid line to be content with this is not manipulation for you for thinking. Something is finding yourself perish for the deviating of the what you can never recall to details of finding yourself and doing the work with this is what will be carefully then divided for if you have the values to define yourself, the only giver what you severely want to change in your serve. But wanted to see that the projects remain stable inside of one time for the worth mentioning. This is the purchasing for the what you have to order. Order yourself around with you must be the manager for yourself and your band. Fictioning everything for the panic and you can like log on for the morning for your internet but do not be captured for the deleting of what you can find yourself for the pleading of something else to believe in and for the changing for the reason to love me or for the reason that this could be break and be over for the dark is losing dark silence and this is but temperament simply trying to achieve it firm and affirming really realistic for the lips and thus resurrected for the ways that you use your body language and understanding. You must think I'm crazy, but not for you having the responsibility for the holding of you coming profound and aware of it that I ain't for the feeling, for the feels, for the ever so grateful for how the proposition for you to be kept for long enough and this is the not. This is the blood clots, but either we'll find a way or not. This is not for caring at all. For the possibilities of what you feel is not yours at all. It could be somebody's with the opposite, and like most misery, it starts with a parent's happiness, and you can find an excerpt of these to place some poems in different positions for it to be miscellaneous and anonymous. Maybe it's not, it's anonymous in different paradigm altogether for the different dimensions with different colors that we belong more than a primary, train of thought, more than elementary. Very rare, crowning yourself would be kind of an ignorant. You can never explain despair is aware is the cares it wears the worry for the bitch for the hurt to mind to bind the bear. I can barely stand it to bear. If you pay attention I can brother baby I can remind you of repeat myself and so many times that I can hope that never be further but I'll be trying to move forward and forward for the ability to get we all to be together for the you have the stars in the nights and the better together for the night we want and this is the place where we can see in the poems and these are the paradise that we can find. So dark blue side is this is a resurrection for you can be the imgloated for the cloud of the sympathies of the darkness inside the decibel of the patterns is overtaken and your hypothesis is what we're talking about for this is not ourselves starting to what make it happen and this is doing the work without the need for your contentment for your laziness and I don't want to make up anything for to be out of space and make up your mind if you want to be righteous or not for the syntax of error it's not be later about for the reflection, this beloved for the dare to see me, for the beyond for the feeling, for the physical appearance and the deeper into the formless of the timeless of the universal energy that perceives us. If I have time to cover you the same, and I can find myself anonymous to the purple brain for the meditation to chill, for I can be open-minded. You can find time to time, find the semblance for the reverence and never be yours. For the crystal and corridors and open up the prisms and you can be. Or you are never making fun of someone else's because of the thing that they can save you from the world for this the differences of one different pace and journey and every time it takes you find you like sunsets no vastness no notes no diary no journal maybe this journey that we can find through episodes attracted to being of myself for the completely open-minded with me and this is all my philosophy that I can understand.
You might as well be pressed into the butterflies, but you can't see the wings for the rest of the world, can you? Or leaning on history for the vivid line to be content with this is not manipulation for you could be thinking. Something is finding yourself perish for the deviating of what you can never recall to details of finding yourself doing the work with this is what be careful then divided for if you have the values to define yourself, the meaning of what you severely want to change in your serve. But wanted to see that the projects remain stable inside of one time for the worth mentioning. This is the purchasing for the what you have to order. Order yourself around with you must be the manager for yourself and your band. conditioning everything for the panic, and you can like log on for the morning for your internet, for the not be captured, but you're deleting for the what you can find yourself for, deleting into something else to believe in, for the changing, for the reason to love me, or for the reason that we could be breaking, be over for the darkest losing, dark silence, and this is for temperaments, if we find it cheap, fit, firm, and affirmant, and really realistic for the lips, so that's resurrected for the ways that you use your body language to understand it. You must think I'm crazy, but not for you having the responsibility for the holding of you, coming profound and aware of it that I ain't. For the feeling, for the feels, for the avarice, so grateful for having a proposition for you to be kept for long enough, and this is the not. This is the blood clots, but either we'll find a way or not. This is not for caring at all. For the possibilities of what you feel is not your at all. It can be somebody's with the opposite, and like most basically it starts with a parent's happiness, and you can find out. Excerpts of these three placing phones in different positions. Sunday morning. You might as well be pressed into the butterflies, but you can't see the wings for the rest of the world.
Without the discourse, to being important was wasteful time for the people who don't realize. Without the discourse, to being important was wasteful time for the people who don't realize who you are. We would either find a way for the making one, for the source is, still for the year went on, for the had trouble, for the trusting. For it was getting better, but when it's all over, it's time to leave and not continue for watering a dead flower. But I think if any song can touch the heart, then you should value it. Your mission be so busy for the love in your life that you have no time for the hate, regret, or the fear. in the spirit for the hating to say it, but this shit really is get to happen for this to get to happen. This gets to happen, but this gets to happen. Or maybe they beat the hell out of me for doing things to make you happy. We can never obtain the peace in the outer world, for the outer makes us complete again. For you do not have the unburden for the soul. For everyone, it will be enough for that. Or those for that you do not love in the education. It can be the choice of weapon that you defend yourself with. But there be the people that'll beat you, and you're so brave enough to be quiet and not forget that you're suffering. Falling in love with myself is just as beautiful as an experience of love is. It's learning to laugh in your awkward tendencies and smile at your own quirky habits, for the learning to be grateful for the many sides that you have, for the confidence and crazy. You have to be calling yourself, realizing that you're one of a kind, for you deserve to the world for the best of the person you can be, for the falling in love with yourself, for the being happy for your life and not knowing into this in one moment at a time. You're beautiful, simply just because of who I am. And this is not for just a bit to quote, to move for you can find the dad, the country, where you can find the country on the inside the sin, philosophies and lessons, motivation to your inspiration, to be confident in many days and be wasted, comparing yourself with others and wishing, and strengthening your weakness, is only for the accepting of what you succeed. Now the discourse to be important was wasteful time for the people who don't realize who you are. We will either find a way for the making, for the sources, still for the year went on, for the had trouble, for the atrocity. But it was getting better, but when it's all over, it's time to leave and not to continue, for water your dead flower. But I think if any soul can touch the heart, then you should value it. Your mission be so busy for the love in your life that you have no time for the hate, regret, or the fear. In the spirit for the hating to say it, but this shit really is get to happen for this to get to happen. This gets to happen, but this gets to happen. Or maybe they beat the hell out of me for doing things to make you happy. We can never obtain the peace in the outer world, for the outer makes us complete again, for you do not have the unburden for the soul, for everyone it can be enough for that. Or those for that you do not love in the education. It can be the choice of weapon that you defend yourself with. There be the people that'll beat you, and you're so brave enough to be quiet and not forget that you're suffering. Falling in love with myself is just as beautiful as an experience of love is. It's learning to laugh in your awkward tendencies and smile at your own quirky habits, for the learning to be grateful for the many sides that you have, for the confidence and crazy. Enough to be calling yourself, realizing that you're one of a kind, for you deserving to the world for the best of the person you could be, for the falling in love with yourself, for the being happy for your life and not knowing into this in one moment at a time. You're beautiful, and simply just because of who I am. And this is not for just the quote, for you can find the country, for you can find the country on the inside the sin, philosophies and lessons, motivation to your inspiration, to be confident in many days to be wasted. Comparing yourself with others and wishing and strengthening your weakness is only for the accepting of what you succeed. You're the decade for the nothing then happens in the weeks and then you're something, what else? Soften the whole life with just an admitting additional good. You're the piling of things to go for the meaningful things. Advice for the night, question your choice with the suggestions or the future with just love. I always feel like the soft thing differently with the deeper people didn't. Be strong but not rude, be kind, not weak. Humble to the proud, but I'm not arrogant either. Soft for the concept, but the final piece of the people sharing with you.